Hey, Waukee Christian Church, Pastor Gray here. You might notice that I am not in my office. I am walking around the block in my neighborhood. I'm doing that because right now, with the spikes in COVID-19 cases, I thought it would be prudent, thought it'd be smart to stay away from public indoor spaces so I don't risk getting myself contaminated or, on the off chance, contaminating someone else with something I don't know I have. You might also notice I'm a little bit grunged down for the day, more so than usual. Now that I see myself in the camera, I kind of look like I'm about to break into Kevin McAllister's house. But anyways, I'm here, and I'm here to talk about what we talked about in Sunday school last Sunday. In chapter 8 of Amanda Henderson's book, Holy Chaos, she talks about cultivating joy, what it means to cultivate joy in a time when it's kind of hard to do that, right? This is a weird time in the world, a weird time in our country, maybe a weird time in our smaller communities and among our families. We're looking right now toward a Thanksgiving that it's hard to find anything thankful for from this year. We might not be able to spend it with our families. We might not be able to do the travel we wanted to do so much. It's hard to find joy in the midst of so much bad news. But Amanda has done a really good job of giving us a basic framework that we can use to help cultivate joy even in the little moments. So, step 1, slow down. You probably have this knot of anxiety and stress and pessimism that is gnawing at your soul, that's making it feel like you can't cultivate your own joy. Slow down. Do something meditative, something contemplative, something that might not be ultimately meaningful and might not achieve anything right now, but works even by little increments, even by centimeters, towards something better. It's something like planting a plant or getting started on a small home improvement project. It could be something like putting together a jigsaw puzzle or opening the first page of a book that will take you many days to read. Slow down. Don't try to be everything at once. Do little exercises like that before you go on to the next step. The next step is to fill up. Now that you've slowed down and you've done the work of sort of emptying out some of that stress and some of that anxiety, the next thing that you can do is to find something that has in the past brought you joy. Now's not the time to look at your Spotify Discover Weekly playlist. No, find something that's tried and true. What is your favorite song, or your favorite artist, or your favorite album? Turn that on. Last Sunday, we each went around and talked about our own favorite song, or artist, or album. And the album that brought me joy in a time when I felt like I couldn't find any was Blink-182's album, California. That album was one I discovered in 2016 when I was deployed to Kuwait. And I was going through kind of a really hard time out in the desert. And I found that album, and I listened to it over and over and over again until I memorized all the words of every song and what I could expect next. So when I'm feeling really low, that's a go-to. That's a consistent. The next thing she says is find a movie that makes you laugh. What is your favorite movie that brings you joy? Mine would have to be Step Brothers with Will Ferrell, or Hot Rod with Andy Samberg. I love the stupid, ridiculous, over-the-top, loud humor that comes with those movies. It really takes you out of reality and into just this ridiculous place that I can't help but laugh at. Those things bring me joy. Then, finally, Amanda tasks us with something that might not be as easy to do today. Get out. Now, when she says get out, she means to get out of the house and go somewhere and see people. But man, that's not in the cards for us right now. Our get out has to be a little different. Maybe our get out is taking a walk in our neighborhood. Maybe our get out is getting out of a state of mind. Have you been sitting all day? Have you been on the couch or in your comfy recliner? Stand up, stretch your legs. Even if it's 20 degrees outside, you got a jacket somewhere. You live in Iowa. You ought to. Put on some clothes. Go take a stroll. Maybe you find yourself stuck in this cycle of pessimistic thoughts and it's making you depressed. Call somebody. Call your pastor. You could do that. You could call an old friend. You could call any one of the people that we worship with from Sunday to Sunday. If you're tuning in and you're not a member of the church and you need someone to call, hit me up. My number's on the website. But just get out of the rhythm that's not working for you anymore. It's not an easy thing. It's much easier said than done to cultivate joy, as if just doing this simple formula is just going to work. But for a lot of people, you can do this formula and find that it doesn't take hold, that you're still in such a depth of despair that it doesn't compute in your mind. It might be a habit of a lot of people for this to happen, and then for you to say, I give up. Obviously, I'm broken. You're not broken. You're not. You might have a mental health issue, and that's another conversation. But in cultivating joy, it's not about winning in the short term. It's about trying and building habits. Try again and try something different. And if something doesn't work for you, then you've learned that doesn't work. What else can I try? Life is a journey of 1,000 journeys. And one of those countless paths is the path of our own cultivation of joy. Sometimes the path takes us places that don't work, and that's okay. We've learned something when that happens. When we watch a movie that used to make us happy, but now it's not making us so happy because it didn't age as well as we thought it would, we've learned. Time to move on. Time to go back down the path. Not time to give up. We're not a people who give up, Christians, or at least we shouldn't be. Cultivating joy and looking towards your own happiness is a worthwhile endeavor. And it's what God wants for us, to have joy. So, when you're going through your week, this Thanksgiving week coming up, and you are struggling to find that joy in your heart, all you need to do is give this a shot. Give this a shot and let us know how it went for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I look forward to discussing more of this book with you and seeing your faces Sunday mornings over Zoom. And I hope you have a great week and a joyful holiday season. Talk to you later.